Hello YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharida and welcome. As we are winding down 2025, I am going to give you my last video of the year that features new and upcoming releases. We have a couple of new Middle Eastern releases that I have in my hands. I have opinions about those, and we also have a lot of fragrances coming to market. Either they are, coming soon, any minute now. Some have just dropped, and others we will start to see trickle in, at the start of 2026. So if you are wanting to be in the know about what's new, what's coming, what's hot, all of the things, then let's go ahead and dive into today's video. All right, you guys, if you are not subscribed to this channel, it is this is all I want for Christmas. If you are not subscribed, I need you to hit that subscribe button if you have been watching and enjoying the content, and become an official member of my fragrance family, honey. It's free. Why would you not? So let's go ahead and dive into a few new fragrances that I actually have in hand. So the first one is going to be Milky Way, and this is from MAISON ASRAR. I purchased both of these just blindly looking at the notes. Okay, we may be able to vibe with this. Now, when I looked at the notes, I wasn't sure if this was going to be a dupe for anything. I assumed it would be maybe like a Blanche Bed or something. I don't know. But again, looking at the notes, I was like, I don't think this is going to give Blanche. I don't think this is going to give Bianco Latte, because they already have something similar in this range. This is going to remind you, I feel like, the most of one of the milks by Commodity. And I want to say one of the milks because I owned the expressive version, and this one does not wear as sweet and cloying. If you recall, I owned that bottle after sampling it in a 2 ml. Love the sample. However, we know the wearing experience is just going to be very different for full body. And I found that as I would wear Milk, the expressive, it would become cloying, and I would just be ready for the scent to be over with. Like, can this die down? Because it's kind of getting on my nerves. And it's a very woody scent. It's a little lactonic. It's not overly lactonic. It's not like milk. Like, it's not what you think. I was getting a lot more woody, sweet, roasted marshmallow type of vibe from that fragrance. And this is almost like a dialed back version of that. I don't know if you could maybe liken it to the one in the white bottle more. I'm not sure, because I've only smelled that one like in passing. Yeah, this is just like, this is one that I'm probably gonna wear it, maybe layer it, but it's definitely a lot easier for me to wear than the milk version that I own. But did I need this? Like, if I had smelled this, or if I had known this is what it was going to give, I probably would have just passed. But it does smell nice. Again, it's just not as sweet. It's very woody, a little lactonic, a touch spice, like soft spices running through there. But yeah, I'm neutral. If you have this one, what are your thoughts? Like, are you loving it? Were you disappointed? You didn't know it was going to be a dupe for XYZ? Let me know in the comments. So let's get into one that I had no idea what this was going to be duping. Word is on the street that it is supposed to be a dupe for a ROUGE perfume, which is Lost in Paris. And if you have seen the price point on Lost in Paris, you're just going to be like, what? I saw the price point and I was just like, I'm gonna have to smell this first. I am not blind buying it, but the notes had me wanting to blind buy it. It had me on my wish list, and we just never came to the point of getting that bottle into our collection. So when I smell this, like, I really like the way this smells. This is WOWIE, and this is from the Taskine line of Paris Corner. But now I'm really eager to smell the ROUGE fragrance, because is this what we're gonna be paying that price point for? Like, this is very citrusy. It's citrusy, and then it starts to develop into something. It's almost weird. It's like a little zingy and effervescent in the opening, but then like there is this rich, delicious caramel that comes in. And this is one that there is a peculiar like sense about it for some reason. But as it starts to dry down on your skin, like, this is one that I kind of keep like going back to do this thing like every few minutes. I'm having to smell it, and I'm loving what I smell. Like, and I'm not really a citrus type of girl. Like, this is not me. But as this warms up on your skin, so I'm gonna give this, I'm impressed. I'm liking it. Now I really want to smell the ROUGE, because I don't smell this and go, oh, this smells like something ROUGE would create. This will be very out of pocket for him. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna get a sample. Have you tried the new Taskine WOWIE? If so, what are your thoughts? And do you have or have you tried Lost in Paris? Because I am really interested to know how they compare. All right. So again, this one is WOWIE from Paris Corner. Okay. So this next new release coming to market, we don't have a release date yet, but obviously we knew that this was coming soon because Parfums de Marly, typically after they drop something new for the men's line, which they have launched their extraits, not hearing a lot of good things about those men extraits, we know that there's going to be a feminine drop soon. And here we have it, ATHENAIS. I hope I'm saying that right. And I am looking at these notes and I don't know what to think because Parfums de Marly, like all of these fragrances, are going up on the price point. Everything to create the fragrances are getting more expensive. Obviously, they're going to carry those costs over to the consumer. They're not going to eat that. But I just feel like we're looking for these fragrances to really wow us in some way, for us to continue to pay these. Like, I feel like when I first got into fragrance, Parfums de Marly was maybe like $350. Now we're knocking on the door of like $400. I purchased Palantine blindly, instant declutter. And do you see anyone holding up a purple bottle raving about it, you know, a year later? You really don't. And I know there are a lot of people that vibe with it, that like it, but $380 plus tax? I think not. Okay, I think not. Now, this one sounds like it could be nice. I just really need that base to base. Okay, so it opens with notes of neroli, bergamot, and yuzu. You have middle notes of jasmine, sandbag, orange blossom, and mahonial, and you have base notes of tonka bean, amber, and vanilla. And immediately I'm like, how are you going to set yourself apart from saffronade? Like, there are so many scent profiles that this feminine range has not explored. Why don't we have a vanilla in the year of vanilla from Parfums de Marly? We still don't have like a true gourmand. It's almost like they are trying to go against the grain and they don't want to do what is trending. And I get that in a way, but you can figure out how to do something that is on trend but unique. Like, look what y'all did with that rose, honey. Just call Quentin and get him on the case. Okay, look what they did with Valaya. Like, y'all just had an orange blossom. Y'all gonna have 3 orange blossoms? Do we need 3 orange blossoms? That is my question, Parfums de Marly. Or is it gonna be more about the neroli? Please don't give us another jasmine. Like, we got enough of those to last us a lifetime. So I'm very interested. Like, I'm not blind buying it. I'm not looking at these notes. Like, how great could it be? Because I said that when I looked at the Palantine notes, but I bought it anyway. I wanted to take the L, okay? L I will not take this year. I will not. I will be waiting to see what the girls are saying. Stopping the store to sniff, getting a sample, something before I have to eat that. Because as you know, if you buy a new release, you're still gonna have to lose some money. I probably lost $150 on selling it 2 weeks later from Palantine. But yeah, what are your thoughts? Are you going to be checking out the new Parfums de Marly, which again should be coming any day now, probably before we end out the year, or maybe at the very beginning of 2026. ATHENAIS. This is a mouthful. All right. Speaking of, I don't know, we're going to have to try it. A new Killian. They are really struggling with this feminine range. Since they have been acquired, they are really struggling. These houses that and Parfums de Marly has been acquired. Creed. Whoo, y'all better stock up on y'all Creeds now, honey, because they're not going to be smelling the same in another year. Sold. All right. So Killian, Her Majesty. It sounds like something that would at least be interesting. I definitely want to smell it. I mean, we're gonna see. They have a tentative release date January 2026, but it sounds like it would be beautiful. It sounds a lot more interesting than this PDM that's about to come out. So this one has notes of peach, aquatic notes, secure blossom, rose, cedar wood, ambrette, cypriol, and oak moss. If they wanted to, they could make this good. But who is the notes behind it? Okay, so it says the notes of Caroline Dummer. I think is how you pronounce it. I mean, we'll see. We will see. I wonder what is the star. Is it the rose and peach? I don't know. We'll see, honey. We're going to be very critical at these price points. We're going to be critical, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so now available for pre-sale. We actually spoke about this a couple months ago now, I think. The new Saspiro Vibbrana is now available. So now that we have this official breakdown of the notes, I'm kind of afraid to just go ahead and blind buy this. I want it. It started opening. They opened it for pre-orders 2 days days ago on the 6th. I'm filming on the 8th. So you can get it now. I think they're going to start actually shipping out on the 15th of December. So this lovely pink bottle is what is getting me, number one. Number two, it's two perfumers behind it. Salah Al Zaruni, I'm not familiar, and Christian Provenzano, which is master perfumer, I mean, behind a lot of these Saspiro fragrances. And this sounds beautiful and interesting, but the name Vibbrana is making me think they're going to give us this feminized version of vibrato, and I don't think that's what we're going to get because they just don't have many notes in common. I don't know, or do they? Actually, they might, because it opens with bergamot and orris, so it's going to be a little fresh, a little citrusy, a little powdery. Then we have Lily of the Valley, which is like uber feminine as far as florals. Nutmeg, moss, patchouli, amber, musk. Okay, I take that back. There are a lot of notes that are putting me in the mindset of vibrato. I think I was just more so looking for, like, you know, are we gonna have like a little grapefruit, a little, but it could definitely be a feminine version of vibrato. We will see. I feel like at their price point, I might need to get a little sample. At least purchase from a place that will allow samples in return. So if I don't like the sample, I can at least get my money back. I don't know. Okay. Again, we're being real critical in 2025. All right. So we have a new one coming from Sarah Baker. I still don't have any full bottles of Sarah Baker. I've only tried one, and I think that was Peach's Revenge. It literally smelled like peach gummy candies, the gummy rings, which was really delicious and pleasant. But it was just one of those, I was like, okay, am I really going to wear this often? That was the thing. It literally was giving peach gummy rings. Yeah, they really nailed this scent. If that's what they were going for, they nailed it. So this is a vanilla. And of course, as we're winding down 2025, honey, we're probably gonna see these vanillas still kind of trickling into 2026. But this one sounds very sexy, and it sounds like it's gonna have a lot more going on than like this straightforward vanilla type of fragrance. So this has opening notes. Like, this sounds quite complex. Black cherry, cinnamon, espresso, and martini. Just in the opening now, okay? We have middle notes of rum, coffee, whiskey, nuts, and saffron. And we have base notes of vanilla, guaiac wood, leather, woody notes, sandalwood, skin accord. I really wonder how prominent this vanilla is going to be, because there is a lot of heavy notes. Whiskey, saffron, coffee, rum, martini, espresso, black cherry, leather. How are we going to get vanilla over all of that? I don't know, but I am definitely intrigued, and I would love to at least try this one. What about you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Okay, so this next one, y'all, I mean, I pre-ordered it. I cannot wait to get it. Cannot wait to share my thoughts. A new one from Sniff, or No Noses, which is like their secret menu, same company. But this is a flanker of Crumb Couture. Is it a flanker? I guess so. Crumb Couture Almond. So, you know, the original Crumb Couture, my favorite Sniff. Like, oh my God, one of my favorite gourmands. So that one had like this black currant that came across a little blueberry like croissant. Like, we're smelling like bready, sugary, sweet, delicious blueberry pastries. Like, you smell like a blueberry croissant. This is all about the almond. And I'm officially in my almond girl era, like my almond kick in 2025. And I cannot, like, they know how to do a creamy note. They know how to do a croissant bread note. They just know how to do gourmands. This house has some amazing, very unique gourmand fragrances, and I love them down. So Crumb Couture Almond is going to feature notes of almond cream, croissant accord, powdered sugar, vanilla, creamy sandalwood, and buttery musk. For me personally, I don't see how this can go wrong. This is just like a comfort zone house for me. There really are not any gourmands that I've tried from the brand that just is like, okay, this is a hard no. As a matter of fact, I feel like every Sniff that I own, I like. Like, they're not all gonna be loves, but I like all of them at minimum. Many I absolutely love. So very excited for that one. Have you pre-ordered? Are you going to start with the travel? Because you can pre-order either one. But either way, I will be sharing my thoughts about this one as soon as I get it in hand, honey. So this next one is one my daughter will probably just absolutely love. It will probably be a stocking stuffer for her if we can go ahead and just get this purchased right now. This is a new one from Sabrina Carpenter's Sweet Tooth line, and this is Sweet Tooth Lemon Pie. I have purchased all of this line for her with the exception of the cherry, because she's not a cherry fan, but I think this is one she would absolutely love, and probably one I will be sneaking. I'm not a huge, like, you know, the lemon sugar gourmands, that can be very hit or miss for me, but she typically loves scents like this. So this sounds like really good. I wonder how it will be as far as the lemon because it features a lemon zest. And you know I do not do well with that. No, baked, like the zest of it all, it was just very strong and it ruined the fragrance for me. So we'll see. But this one features notes of bergamot, candied lemon zest, and sugar crystal in the opening. You have middle notes of limoncello, meringue, and condensed milk. And you have base notes of graham cracker, whipped cream, and tonka bean. Are we really going to be actually getting all of those notes? If so, it sounds delicious. So definitely excited to get my notes on that one. All right, so I don't have all of the note breakdowns for this next one, but it absolutely is, you know, following the trend of vanilla, vanilla, vanilla. And this one more than likely will be dropping in 2026. We don't have, again, a release date, but this sounds like one that is intriguing because I still don't have any Armani My Ways. There is what I've actually smelled quite a few and I like them. I just never liked them enough to be like, okay, God, like I need this. I'm gonna wear it. They're just really nice fragrances. They're well done, but they're just not ones that I feel the urge to own a full bottle of. But this one, I don't know. I don't know. My Way Sunny Vanilla. It sounds like a gorgeous bright vanilla that's going to be perfect for spring and summer. And you know, like the Gucci Gorgeous Orchid of it all, yellow bottle, like if it's something in that same vein but a My Way, sign me up. I at least need to try it and smell it and see if I can finally get a My Way into my collection. You all know that's where they get me now. The vanillas, that's where the designers get me every single time. I think probably 90% of the designer fragrances in my collection are vanilla fragrances. Okay, I want to talk about the extension of the Midnight series from Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. That fragrance house, I feel like, is quite slept on, and I feel like London, which is one I talked about in another video that I'm filming today, God, just freaking amazing. Every single one that I've smelled from the line, the Midnight collection, is amazing. And they are going to give us 3 new drops, and this one here, Doha, it sounds like it's about to be something serious. Sounds very unisex, sounds very sexy. So, I mean, you would expect a perfume named Doha would give like Middle Eastern, mysterious, bold, powerful, all of those vibes. So this one opens with notes of lime, juniper, blackcurrant, passion fruit, and fig. You have middle notes of pink pepper and ginger, and you have base notes of oud assam, vetiver, labdanum, cypriol, leather, and musk. Wow, sounds amazing. The next one is called Muscat. I guess this is all like, you know, Dubai, Middle Eastern, like type of a theme, but these all just feature a lot of like quintessential Middle Eastern sexy notes. So Muscat opens with notes of cardamom, pink pepper, rose, and myrrh. It has middle notes of saffron, ambergris, red leather, white musk, and you have base notes of oud assam, incense, sandalwood, cypriol, and vanilla. I am very interested to see how this one smells and if it will compare with Amber Oud from Roja Dove. I say that because I get like little hints and facets of it from London, but this doesn't have the oud. It doesn't have that ambergris, and this Muscat has both. Okay, so I'm very, very interested to see how this rose comes across, but this sounds like one that's up my alley, where I feel like the aforementioned, the Doha, is probably going to lean just a little bit more masculine, just looking at the notes. Now this next one sounds like it may be one for the girls. Okay, Abu Dhabi. It does sound unisex, but I feel like there are a lot more florals in this one, and it will probably lean just slightly a little bit more feminine. But this one opens with cardamom, pink pepper, marigold, orris, and ylang ylang. You have middle notes of narcissus, tuberose, Taif rose, Moroccan rose, jasmine sandbag, oud assam, and you have base notes of Vietnamese oud, pistachio, myrrh, cedarwood, vanilla, honey, vetiver, and coffee. Oh my God, it sounds so luxurious. Like I cannot wait to smell all 3 of those. So Fugazi is about to launch a new collection, and this is part of the Archive Edit collection. I don't know, these bottles look a lot smaller than usual. I don't know if that's supposed to be indicative of anything, but they sound like they're about to get into like the roots of like those molecule type notes. That's what this entire collection seems to be centered around, because you have benzaldehyde cherry, ethyl vanillin, iso fig, saffronal, and broxin. So I guess you definitely have to be into those molecule type notes in the lead to vibe with this line, but these all sound really interesting. And if I can get like a discovery set or try at least a couple of these, I would love to, because I love an ISOE Super Honey and a fig. You already know I love me a good vanilla in. Cherry looks like it's gonna be, you know, balanced with some benzoin, so we'll see. It sounds really like delicious, maybe, you know, resinous, but cherry can be hit or miss for me. And Saffronal and Broxen, you know, like I wonder if this is going to remind you anything of Baccarat Rouge. I hope not. They should know better. But, you know, crystal saffron, apple, clove. This one sounds a lot more dark and mysterious. So we will see. It sounds like a really beautiful collection, but I'm going to read you off the notes for each of them. So Saffronal and Broxen has opening notes of saffron, crystal, apple, and clove. You have middle notes of saffron flower, orris, sweet leather, and you have base notes of dark amber, cashmere woods, and myrrh. Benzaldehyde cherry has opening notes of raspberry, bergamot, pink pepper. You have middle notes of cherry, violet, balsam fir, and you have base notes of benzoin musk and leather. Ethyl vanillin has top notes of caramel and jasmine, middle notes of benzoin and vanilla, and base notes of amber and sandalwood. And ISOE fig opens with frosted fig, grapefruit, and orange. You have middle notes of creamy fig, orange blossom, and white musk, and you have base notes of sandalwood, fig wood, and amber. So there's fig mentioned twice, no, thrice. 3 times they're mentioning fig, so the fig is really about to be figging. Which one of these speaks to you the most? Because all 4 sound really interesting. Okay, so this next one is from Lorenzo Pazzaglia. It's a house that I kind of struggle with. I like the way a lot of them smell, but it is a house that they have some very complex fragrances, lots of notes, very unique. But Pink Milk has me intrigued, and there is a lot going on, okay? But pink and milk in the same sentence is just like, I need to get my nose on it, all right? So this opens with notes of lemon, bergamot, pink grapefruit, sweet orange, pink pepper, and cinnamon. That's just the opening, okay? Middle notes, damask rose, grass rose, peony, raspberry, coconut, lychee, cookie, heliotrope, almond. Base notes of fior de latte, tonka bean, milk, ice cream, sugar, berries, coumarin, sandalwood, vetiver, white musk. Is this available now? If it's available now, or somebody got a sample, I'm gonna need to get this in my life. It sounds like it's gonna be amazing. But this house, you just never know. You just never know. But rose, all of these gourmand notes, a little spice at the top, all this delicious berries and ice cream and milk in the base. Latte? Girl, you better sign me up. And the last one that we're going to talk about today, coming soon, is from the House of Oud. I think this one is already available for purchase, if I'm not mistaken. The bottle alone is just like, this already looks intriguing without even looking at the notes. It is the egg shape, but it is crystal clear. You see this atomizer going up. Why is the atomizer black? I don't know. But then you also have like something clear and ice-like looking, like little, I guess, pieces of acrylic or glass floating, hopefully not glass, child, acrylic or plastic floating around in the base. And it almost looks like just like little diamonds. And this is called Pure Diamond. And this one seems like it will be like a transparent smell, but the notes kind of suggest something otherwise. So very intriguing to say the least, but the bottle is like, oh, okay, what are we doing here? So this one opens with pear, pink pepper, cinnamon, and nutmeg. You have middle notes of hyacinth, rose, nutmeg, and cinnamon. And you have base notes of sacrosantal, sandalwood, ambergris, and white musk. Well, you can say nothing about the House of Oud, honey. They're gonna keep it interesting, all right? So that is it for me, you guys. Anything that I can link, which is not gonna be a lot, will be linked below. And be sure that you are subscribed to the channel. I have really enjoyed this time with you all. I don't know what is going on this year, but I'm just so happy and excited about the Christmas season. Typically, I can't be a Scrooge, okay? Child, when you're a parent, you gotta buy all this stuff, and then the adults want the stuff, and then you working like double time this time of year. It can just be stressful, if anything, but I'm just like on such a Christmas cloud this year, and I'm happy about that, all right? So yeah, my very last new and upcoming releases video for the year. So y'all gonna get a break with these for quite some time, probably 2 or 3 months at least, and then we'll pick back up with this series, I guess, when they start to drop these spring and summer releases, honey. All right, so it has been real. Be sure you are subscribed, you guys. I love you all, YouTube, and I will catch you guys on the next one.